TSF triathletes, how you guys doing today? Well, you know what? I got a video here that is just for you. All of us have really been missing swimming, and we don't want to lose the fitness and the swim strength that we gained over the last numerous months that we've been training. So for that reason, I thought it was high time that I put together a swim strength workout for all of you. So I'm just going to give you some tips and pointers in this video. I'm not going to do the whole workout with you in this video. I will attach a document to this post that you can print out or view so you can see what the workout is. But I'll talk you through it real quick, and also I guess my thoughts are is that it would be good to do this 2 up to 3 times a week. I don't think you need to do it any more than that. Most of us swam twice a week, and then the goal was to get to 3 times a week once we got to open water swimming. So start out with 2 days a week, and then hopefully we can get in some open water swimming. Oh, I don't know, what? You think maybe a month? We should maybe estimate when we think we can get our first open water swim in. But anyways, enough of that. I'll just get started on this workout. As you see, I kind of have stuff scattered around my room here. This workout is dependent on long bands. If you do not have long bands, let me know and I will give you alternatives. I'll also try to mention them here in this video. The first exercise, well actually I'm just going to quick break it down for you. The first section of this workout is all about abs and obliques. It's so important that our core is strong. That does include our lower back. We will be doing a little bit of back related stuff as well, both in the core section and then later on in this workout. So a strong core is really important to make us more efficient and effective in the water. So that's what we're going to start out with. Then what we're going to do is we will move, I'm looking at my list if you're wondering what I'm looking at. We'll do some arm and back work with swimmer cable pulls. And we're going to do a little bit of shoulder exercises and then some legs. We're going to do some quads and then glutes and hamstrings. We're going to do some swimmer's kicks on the exercise ball. So that's what you're in for. We're in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 exercises. And I would recommend going through this maybe 3 times. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're going to take care of these obliques. So important that we have strength that goes from here to here. That's what helps us rotate effectively, meaning we're not over rotating and we're strong enough to rotate far enough and still maintain good proper form in the water. So our cable rotations, what I'm using a band. This is a purple band that says that it's a 23 pound band. What I would recommend is finding a band that you can use to do anywhere from 10 to 15 rotations in both directions, and I'll show you what that looks like. So since we've had such awesome weather lately, I'm hardly ever using my treadmill, so I have now found a really great use for my treadmill. But you can use any kind of post or banister that you have in your house. All right, so what you want to do is get yourself some good tension on the band. Feet a little wider than shoulder width apart. Bend your knees, stay tall. Keep your your elbows straight. So we're going to rotate all the way around. We're going to go 180 degrees. So it's going to look like this. Boom, all the way, and then with control, bring it back. Turn. So what I want to do, I think the key thing I want you to know is don't bend your elbows because that makes the shoulders do the work. And maintain excellent control, especially on the return. All right, so do 10 to 15, whatever you want it to be, difficult but doable. And do that on both sides. So once you have finished one side, turn around and rotate in the other direction. Pretty easy. I think you guys get that. You're bright people. All right, the next exercise that I want to show you is what's called mini crunches. It's possible all of you have had to do mini crunches if you've done any of my workouts, but just in case, I'm going to quick describe it for you. I just want to be clear, I am not a fan of crunches in general. I do this somewhat crunch exercise because the lumbar spine is not flexed at all. We're flexing at most a little bit of the thoracic spine. So what you'll do is feet planted on the floor, bring yourself back, lay back on the floor, arms are just outstretched towards your knees. This is a 3-part rep. The part goes 1, boom, using your deep inner abs, so your transverse abdominis, driving that back down, boom. 2, you just slightly reach up, and 3 is on the way back down. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, and so on and so on. So 20 to 30 reps, 30 is great. And if you get to 30 and that was really no big deal, on the first round, just keep it to 30. If you get to the 3rd round and you've done 30 reps and you still are not pooped out or your abs are not sore, then you can up the reps. All right, the next one I want to show you is so important for core stabilization. What we're going to do is a hand plank, and we're going to do a single limb raise. We're going to raise each limb, hold it for a moment, bring it back down, next limb back down, and so on. 1 time around is 1 rep. So my recommendation is to go around 3 to 4 times. Here's the key setup. Make certain that your hands are right underneath your shoulders. A common thing I see when people do these is they end up out here. That puts bad strain on your shoulders. You want your core, your abs to be doing the work. So hands right underneath those shoulders. Have your feet, I don't know, shoulder width apart or so. Give yourself some, a good foundation. All right, and then you're gonna raise one arm. Try so hard not to shift those hips. Other arm up. Focus, focus. Bring it down. Other leg up. Good. Now the other leg comes up and down. So that was 1 rep. So of course, as you know, keep the hips as flat as you can. Don't let them shift from side to side. Take your time. If you can only accomplish 1 rep, that is fine. Nobody has to know. Just you and me. You can tell me. It'll be such a feeling of accomplishment when you can make 1 round and your hips don't shift or rotate at all. So there we go. Those 3 exercises are the core portion of this workout. Then what we want to do is let's go on to our swimmer's pull. So what I use for the swimmer's pull is my red band. This one says that it's 8 pounds. So what I was thinking is it might not be a bad idea to do 10 alternating reps and then 10 2-arm reps. So what that would look like, all the way back here, outstretched as if we were truly reaching with our arms in the pool. Keep your head down, because that's really where you don't want to be up here, because this is not how we swim. Go ahead and leave your head right here. Pull high with your elbow and bring the arm all the way back. High with the elbow, arm all the way back past the hip. There you go. Now, once you have done 10 alternating reps, then go ahead and give it a shot and go with 2 arms. I thought this was a whole lot harder. I have a hard time holding in place. I feel like I want to fall forward, like my head is going to bash into the treadmill. But it really, it makes your core get involved in the process, which is great. You can never go wrong with that. When you're doing these swimmer's pulls, don't just focus on your shoulder. Think of your lats. That's the big, big part of your back. This part right here, the wings that would, if we were all into bodybuilding, these wings would come out. That would be our lats. That's where the power is. It's a huge muscle. Let's work it. These are tiny little things compared to the lats. All right, but we do need to work the shoulders. So what I have for that one is a half meal shoulder press. So of course, you can use a dumbbell. That's easy. But if you've got a band, you're just pressing up and down, up and down. And I would say, you could go 10 to 15 reps, anywhere in there. Whatever band you have chosen, whatever rep count is challenging for you is what you want to do. Okie dokie. All right, so that's shoulders. So of course, once you finish one side, go do the other side. Another little tip on that, I have something, you could just put your mat on top of the band, and then make sure your knee presses right on top of that band. Otherwise, it'll just slide right on through. I know from experience. All right, so the other thing we need to do now is move on more to the lower body for our kicking. Because who knows, we might end up in some triathlon that won't allow wetsuits because it's too warm or the water's too warm. So we're gonna have to rely more on our kicking then if that does happen. So we wanna take care of the front of the legs and the back of the legs. So for the front of the legs, I recommend that you do split squats. You don't need any dumbbells at all. And you could do like 15, 20 reps. What you want to do is burn these quads, because that's what's happening when we're kicking. Think of the kicking drills we do. And you get to the point where you're like, oh my word, my quads are so sore. So all you're doing is you're coming down and up, down and up. I tend to do a runner motion for every lunge. It's just what I do. You don't have to. If you want to do this type of thing, or however you want to do it, it's just fine with me. But what I want you to think about is keep those hips as directly below you as you can. Try not to lunge or lean forward with your torso, but stay tall, go deep. And then the other thing you can do, if you want to work on some power, is just do these quicker, but keep them deep and with good control. All right, and then of course, once you're done with one leg, switch to the other. So 15 to 20 reps with those. All right, finally, we're gonna work on the last exercise, so swimmer's kick on your exercise ball. With the swimmer's kick, first, I totally get that doing a swimmer's kick on an exercise ball is not the same as kicking in the water. But the benefit of doing the swimmer's kick on the ball is we can focus in on the area that we tend to not work hard enough when we're kicking, when we're in the pool. And what I mean is our glutes and hips. We tend to want to make our quads and hamstrings do everything. So what we want to do, let me see if I can roll this out right so you can get a good picture. Yep, I think this should work fine. Okay, so to make these great, one is point your feet, or plantar flexion is what we're going for instead of dorsiflexion, plantar flexion. All right, and then go with just a nice steady swim kick. Steady swim kick, and then now what I want you to think about is tighten your glutes. Like you're trying to hold a quarter in there. Or something like that. Tighten those glutes, and you'll feel the hips and glutes really, really working. And then you can just I've let my feet relax eventually. It's just we don't want to be kicking like this. I know in the water, our ankles are moving a lot more. And I know in the water, our knees bend a little bit more. But what I want us to focus on is the glutes, so that we're used to using those muscles. That's the opportunity we have on the exercise ball. And I would do that for about a minute. If it's super easy, that means Either you have an awesome butt or you're not using your butt at all. And only you can really know what the right answer is. So there you go, there's those 7 exercises. Go through that list, go through it, I'd say 3 times around. And when you are ready for something else, you want something more intense or some other exercise options, just let me know. I'm happy to give you something different. I just thought this will be a good start and maybe help us be a little bit more prepared for open water swim coming in maybe a month or so. Maybe we'll get some warm water. So you guys have fun with your workout. Thanks so much for being my clients. I appreciate you all so much. Enjoy your workout.